All right, it's the end of the year. Most of us have our reviews in January, and maybe you got the review you wanted, maybe you didn't, but you are successful, you are driven, and you are about your coins. So you wanna make sure next year the review is the exact review you want. As far as I'm concerned, nobody should go into a review not knowing the outcome. And you do have control on that. So I'm gonna give you some of my favorite tips on how to go into your end of year, beginning your next year, so your 2023 goals with your company, making sure you do these milestones to make sure when you're ending 2023, going into 24, or whatever the fiscal year is for your company, you know the review you're gonna get, okay? So first off, you're obviously setting goals, right? You're setting whatever it is, targets for your company. Now, when you're setting the goals, a lot of them are business goals that are created by the company that are kind of cascaded, and then you have to adjust it depending on your remit or whatever that looks like for you. At the end of the day, whatever you commit to, you must deliver. So if there are goals you're not 100% confident you can commit to and you can't overachieve it with your eyes closed, I would really push back a little bit, and not push back in a difficult way, but push back wanting to get a little bit more information on the goal, right? Focus on the process. So let's say, for example, your goal is to drive up revenue by 10%. Make sure when you're writing that goal, you're putting in clear actions and processes that you are doing to achieve that. So for instance, if you are doing those things and maybe the countries you manage or the markets you manage go into war or something, I don't know, you can at least define the actions you did were to commit to that. And we're gonna talk about instances where something external happens that might affect the outcome of your goal and what you should do. But before that, make sure you have very clear defined roles, clear defined objectives. If you don't have clear defined roles and objectives of your own role and position for your job, let's start there, right? You're never gonna get the end of year you want if your job description itself is not clear and defined. So make sure your role and job is clearly defined. Make sure the goals you set are super clear. You can understand them with your eyes closed. You don't need someone to define them further for you, okay? And definitely focus on the processes and the actions it's gonna take to achieve it, to make sure no matter what the circumstance, you are achieving that. And always remember, the goals you're setting right now, the impact must be big to get a very high rating. And when I say high rating, not the, normal rating, but the exceptional higher ratings, you need to make a massive impact for the company to say, okay, you should get that rating. Next, you're gonna set up monthly meetings with management and make sure you document what comes from that meeting. So going through all those goals, getting clear, specific, detailed feedback on how you're doing and achieving those goals or not achieving them, and what do you need and what support you need in place to be able to achieve it. So if your goal is to talk to 10 more customers more a month, and you don't have either the capacity, the time, or the support tools, make sure you document that, because you're basically committing to something without maybe getting the support you need, if it is from support from leadership or from the company, but make sure that's defined, okay? Then you're gonna make sure, if not monthly, quarterly, you're getting stakeholder feedback. So people that don't directly manage you, people that work next to you, or maybe different departments that work with you, find out how that department views you as an employee. Get feedback from them, right? It could be objective, but just say, we worked on 3 projects together. Can you give me some specific feedback on how I could better improve with your department? That's gonna help you build your case, and it's gonna go to what my next point is, your journal. So you're gonna make a 2023 journal. You're gonna copy paste the goals you put in whatever system, whatever document the company has. You're gonna copy paste them somewhere else, and you're gonna make a monthly journal to make sure you confirm all the actions, activities, strategies, initiatives you did that contribute to your goals. So you have a running log. You're gonna put in your stakeholder feedback in there and continue that running log. So you got something nice, cute, and solid for the end of the year. Most companies have mid-year check-ins. If your company does have a mid-year check-in, make sure you pull up that journal, go through those notes, and make sure everything you have has been confirmed and is accurate, and everyone has knowledge of the different things and initiatives you put into place, okay? Now it's the end of the year, and you should not now, with everything you've done, built a plan, go into that end of year surprised, right? Anytime you go into end of year surprised, that means you weren't getting adequate feedback, you weren't clear on your goals, and you weren't clear on what the deliverables were. Let's say the top part of your goals in your company is considered exceptional, right? When you're setting your goals with management, ask them, what would it take for that goal to be exceptional? Get detailed feedback on what it is. Is it overachieving my target by 20%? Is it touching more than 5 markets? Is it working better with my colleagues? But get specific details on what that looks like. So you at the end of the year can say, well, as you said in the beginning of the year, this is what it would be to get exceptional, and here's how I achieved that. So now you are a boss, you are ready for your end of year, you're ready for your next year. You have your journal ready, and you're gonna go into this year nice, confident, and smooth. And like I said, if any circumstances happen outside that affects your goals, you're gonna go back to leadership and you're gonna say, well, as you know, due to external reasons of X, Y, and Z, especially as we have a cost of living crisis coming up, how does this affect my goals for the year? And what things can I do to effectively still achieve them? And you're also gonna document that. I hope these tips and tricks were great. Please, I'm gonna list them in the notes under the YouTube, and let me know, do you have other questions? Are there things you guys do that I didn't mention on here? Please comment, I wanna hear all about it. And also let me know, what other things do you want tips and tricks on so you can be confident at work like a boss. Have a great week. Like I said, every Sunday I drop a new video. I hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll see you next week. Thank you.